Hey guys, it's Sky. I am so happy to be here with you today. I just wanted to connect with you about some new messages that I've been getting, and I got a new camcorder too, so I'm so sorry about all the blurry stuff before. Anyway, I wanted to see about your messages as well, if they're corresponding with mine and my downloads, and I have been getting some good messages from the light beings and some visitations and some downloads, and I just wanted to share them with you, as I said I always would. Some of the stuff is pretty serious, and as I said, we are really at a time of transition. Things are going to be coming up between now and 2017. We're going to see some, well, 2017 are going to be good transitions. They say that's when a lot of things are going to happen, that, you know, most everybody on the planet is going to understand that there's extraterrestrials, that we have been involved with extraterrestrials, that our governments have been involved in extraterrestrials. It's going to be at a point, a real strong turning point, where we're going to have to face this, and we're going to have to realize what we're going to do and how we're going to really, light workers are going to have to come forth and protect the planet, because we know as our government is involved in the darker cabal that started the Majestic 12. You know, the Majestic 12, the Dark Cabal, it's all one unit. They pretty much run everything that we do. Every organization under that. And there's a lot of clips out there that can show you like the chain of how that works. And I'll keep talking about that too within my stuff, but I've kind of talked about that a little bit, so I kind of want to just drift off into something very interesting that you're going to I think need to know, because there's a resolve to this. So there's things that are happening that are happening for a reason, and there's a resolve. So the resolve's coming forth like a birthing pain. And one thing that we have to discuss, I believe, is the Ebola virus, and it's originally in Africa for a reason, because you have to understand there are gods, there are godlike beings. Like, say, I'm gonna just say this. Like, let's say Akhenaten. Let's say the return of some the Anunnaki. Let's just say some Anunnaki on the lighter side. I'm gonna go back from even a little bit further. We're going to go back even a little bit further, when there was some transportation from the gods to the earth through the Stargate in Africa. And this is the issue that we're dealing with now. There's a firmament on planet Earth that is being lifted. One of the places they're lifting it now is in Africa, because this is one of the original places. You know, we can't forget the black people are one of the original people. If you check our chromosomes, if you check within the body, the white skin came after the fact. We are kind of a genetic manipulation. The black is the true coding. That's the truth, the first ones. And their skin, the photon energy within there is a very strong connection to the original source. That doesn't mean that anybody's less than because of their skin color. It's just that has a stronger magnetic pull within the region of the original creation. And so I want to get back to the importance of this Stargate now that is in Africa, because this is affecting the Ebola virus. And the reason that the Ebola virus is targeting that specific area, like the AIDS, is because these gods, and I could say, if I haven't already mentioned the Anunnaki or the Akhenaten, although that's Egypt. You have to remember these are all connected. Egypt originally, the truth of that is Egypt, is Africa. That portion that's the lower continents. This is where this originally was. So we want to make sure we're talking about the right area. Now, these are where these gods, these higher beings that came back, that helped create humankind, that helped create a higher source of, like, say, let's start with the Africans, if you want to say, if they help create higher people, or this is what they started. These gods, they're trying to come back through these portholes. That's their like return of them for them, and that's why there's so much corruption there right now, that from the Ebola virus. But the energy that's come, the gods that are coming through there, the beings tell me that they are not worried at all. They have resources for their people. They're prepared for this. It's going to be some changes. It's going to take some time. There's a lot of oppression in the area. They're going to the Illuminati and the darker forces are doing everything to really get rid of this area down there, because there's going to be some return of the light. Let's go on to the next topic that they were discussing. There's a lot of talk about Flight 370, and that there's going to be more. There's not going to be just one 370 flight. I mean, of course, I said that from the beginning, because that's what they told me. So, we're going to experience more. We're going to experience more near some stargates. Now, because this is what is happening. They're trying to take planet Earth and kind of move us. That's the darker races, right? Because what is happening, they're trying to push us a little bit toward Mars, because we have bases on Mars, and there's some darker races that have bases on Mars. They have bases on the moon. So we're trying to like align here. And what's going to happen before that, because there's the light forces, I believe, you know how I understand this is, you have to understand we are in grid lines. Everything operates on grid lines. We wouldn't be here if we weren't feeding off the energy of the source of Mother Earth and her grid lines. So everything is coming out on these grid lines. Everything comes out. All our energy source is on these grid lines, and we know I've talked about this. These grid lines are taken over by the darker energies, the darker energies, the darker races that have intertwined with our government, all governments around the world. They're masters at getting our space here. We are intertwined, intermingled, immersed in an alien race. Humans are, and they are not aware of it. And they have used this through our judicial system. They've used this through our grid system. And that is the one thing, the main thing right now that we're focusing on for the restoration plan is we have to change these grid systems. The energy coming out the grid system is governed by the darker Lord, and the benevolent beings are working very hard to get these grid systems moved without any disruption toward humanity. Now that's going to take a little bit of work. Okay, this is not an overnight plan. So, in the meantime, what the darker races are trying to do to prevent this from happening, from the light beings, from the light interfering, is they're going to do anything to deter you from benevolent races coming in. For one, they set up a false religion to make you believe that you can't believe this, you can't believe aliens, you can't believe anything, that it's all demonic, it's all demonic. So they close your mind off immediately. Two, they've captured our grid lines, you know, and then they've put your mind into religions. They've made you don't have a sense of self, so you have to believe in government and you have to believe in religion. That's not truth, because you don't have your sense of self. So it's easy for them to manipulate your mind in the hologram, because you don't have the sense of self. When you put your mind in television, when you put your mind in dark foods, that literally change the chemistry around you. Meat changes the chemistry around your body. You get cut off from the truth. You fall into the matrix. So they're going to continue to keep you placed in the matrix, throwing reality TV shows at you, giving you like the illusion that there's a right wing and a left wing and a president that you're going to vote for. These presidents are picked years before. No president will ever be there unless they are part of that satanic race. There's no point in showing up for the polls. The worst thing you can do for America is vote. I'm sorry, that is not against people here that are working very hard. There's some very strong people in the White House that are working so hard. I know, I grew up in a political family. They're working hard to do wonderful good things in the wrong direction. You cannot keep trying the same thing over and expecting a different result. You're voting for a satanic system. Both right and left wings are under the same order. That is the Jesuit order, the Illuminati order, and the Jesuits above them are controlled by a race that's been here a very long time. They doesn't want humans here, but because we have been encoded, because I'm going to say Christ, I don't want to scare anybody. I'm going to say Christ energy, I'm going to say Inky energy, I'm going to say Buddha energy, I'm going to say Krishna energy. I'm going to go way back to the doggone religion when the Aman came here from the Orion Council, the creators of the universe. They put their thread, they woven themselves into the earth. They woven themselves into the earth. That is the essence of who we are. You cannot deny the Christ within the earth and within you and with everything around you. The only thing that gets in the way is the holographic illusion that you buy because you people or other people succumb to their government instead of God for their good. They rely on their government for their good. Then other people have to depend on this because we're stuck in a structure. They want you to depend on them. They want you to be sick. They want you to go through your government for cures that are not ever going to help you. This is the hologram that you have to get out of. We cannot run to the government with aliens to help us. This is false. We have to find the strength within ourselves. We have a lot of help from the Agarthians down below. They're going to be trying to return. They're trying to return to our stargates. But that's why the Ebola is starting to happen. But they will get through these stargates. It doesn't matter. Gaia has ascended. These guys are just playing out the holographic illusion that you think that they have. But Gaia is already planning her ascension. So they're going to do their last card. There's two things that I understand from the light beings they're going to do. Now some of this you can say that's too far-fetched. I'm just relaying messages. So the one is the alien invasion. I believe that they are gonna this is the thing. This is what they're trying to do. Flight 370 was just one of a program of a thing that they were trying to do, because I told you, if you watch my video, you want to see a good video, watch the one on ISON or the ones I put in little. There's a few things on there. Well, they have energy. They have a program. They have artificial intelligence that can tell that plane where to go. They did this with the first flight on 370. They tried it on the second flight, and they're going to do it again because they want you to believe it's aliens. It's not. It's not aliens. And they're going to have aliens come in so that we can have space weapons to defend against benevolent beings. And this is like the problem. This is where they try to distort our reality. And this is where we have to keep ourselves together. We have to be communicating. We have to understand that the light forces are coming through. We have to stop voting and showing up for this crap. This is an illusion. That's an illusion. That is so not real. They're just they're tricking us. They're tricking us to making you believe that you're anything but the God-like self that you are. They don't want you to... They are two-strand DNA helix right now. That's sending out little strong radars from our Mother, Father, Creator, God. She's sending out signals to you that are on fire. They're on fire. That's why they're increasing the chemtrails. But if you have a strong enough prayer, there's no chemtrail, no radiation that's going to get you, and you're going to remember your dreams. You're going to remember your memories when you're on those ships. They're trying to remember, forget us. Get us to not remember this, and get us to not remember our healing things that remember. Sometimes they take us on the ships and they give us like how to surgery for the body, how to do energy for the body. Some people testify to this. Gone a job. People come back. People come back and they're giving us programmed energy. They're giving us energy to work with, and we're getting it on ships. But a lot of times is they erase our memory. When we come back, they'll erase our memory. But a light worker that is in prayer, that chants, that is solid, she remembers. He or she remembers. And the scientists are getting so many signals right now. If you really want to help the planet and you're a scientist, spend a little bit of time in meditation, send out your radar signals, anybody, but especially scientists, because you're getting hit, and light workers are getting hit, everybody's getting hit really, but this is the time to take this in action. So anyways, I still wanted to get to you guys about the archons and mind control, because that is something, that is why I got into this whole thing to begin with. I wrote some magnificent stuff on this. There's a wealth of information about the aliens and mind control and the government and who they're working with, but this is information according to light beings. But I'm gonna talk about this in next. I think I gave you a lot of stuff, and just thank you so much for searching. Just the fact that people are searching and connecting, and I always say take what you like and leave the rest, and thanks for being on our journey.